There's trial and tribulation. There's pressures, distractions and diversions. There's nagging little issues that claw away at your mind and that veer you off the path of the big picture and get you caught up in the infinitesimal minutia of the day-to-day toing and froing, such that we get so caught up in the minutes and the hours and we forget what it's all about. We're too busy dealing with minor frustrations and problems which aren't even problems, they're inconveniences, that we become hyper-focused on the cracks and the spider webs and the splinters in the armor, that we forget the beauty of what's really at stake. Our heart, our soul, our spirit. And the beauty of it, when it is glorified and saved and esteemed and loved, because we've connected and received the Word, and we walk with Yahuwah, Yahusha, the Most High manifested as Hamashiach, as the Messiah, who has come into this world and filled us with love and hope and peace, everlasting joy and everlasting life. Should we choose to stop focusing on those really anxious moments that we have because something's out of place or something ain't right, or because we got to get something done by this time, or we gotta have this taken care of by this date. Man, your heart and your soul is at stake. And yeah, all of these little issues that we have to face, every single one of us, we all have our issues that we have to deal with, but Yahuwah, Yahusha, the Most High, who brings all things into existence and who manifested as the Messiah, as Hamashiach, and who's delivered us, redeemed us, saved. That's the meaning of his name, Yahusha, the Most High, Yah, who saves, Shah, Yahusha, the Most High, who delivers, the Most High, who redeems. And in coming to him and asking for his grace, his love, his healing, we receive all things, so much so that our cup runneth over. And all of those other things, they fall by the wayside. And you realize what's truly important. To love Yahuwah with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your fellow man as you love yourself. Everything else will work out. Everything else will sort itself out. Everything else will get put on the straight and narrow. If it's meant to be. If it's meant to be. If that's what Yahuwah, he who brings all things into existence, he who breathes life into all things, he who creates all manner of heaven and earth. If what it is that you're searching for serves him best, if it's where he needs you most, you're going to be there. But all these other things, take it down a notch. Don't worry about it so much. Don't let it eat away at you. Don't let it claw away at your mind. You'll forget about it tomorrow, believe me, because there'll be more tomorrow. As he says, don't worry about tomorrow. Yahusha says to his taught ones, to his Talmudim, he says, don't worry about tomorrow. What has worrying ever added to your stature? Nothing. Nothing. Deal with today. Tomorrow will concern itself with tomorrow. But man, we got great things ahead of us. We got wonderful things ahead of us. We got the grace and the healing and the salvation and redemption and the peace and the solace and the the joy and the glory and the everlasting life of Yahuwah, Yahusha, and the reign of the heavens to come. Man, this is nothing. This is nothing. The tribulations of today, they'll get sorted out. They'll get sorted out. He has overcome the world. And because we walk with Yahuwah, Yahusha in the light, such that the darkness cannot comprehend, the darkness cannot overcome, the darkness cannot fathom it, such that the darkness disappears from your life. You no longer stumble around, but you walk true and strong and steadfast on that straight and narrow path that leads to the narrow gates that lead to the kingdom to come, where there's no more Lucifer or Satan or demons, or there's no more Hashatan, there's no more evil whisperers, corruptors, misleaders, deceivers, no more haters, detractors, psychic vampires, negative influences, there's no more decadence, defilement, depravity, or debasement. There's no more murder or death, war or misery. There's no more pain or suffering. There's no more illness or disease. It's just everlasting life, everlasting joy, everlasting healing, everlasting peace, and everlasting life. And it's a place where, when we make it through those gates, we can love him, honor him, worship him, praise him, and glorify him in a manner that truly pleases him most. Here we do as best we can. And we can only ask in surrendering completely to him so that all of this minutia washes away. He heals our heart. He fills us with the Ruach, the set-apart spirit, the HaKodesh, the Ruach HaKodesh, the breath of Yahuwah, baptizes us in the breath and the fire that purges us, obliterates all darkness, obliterates all evil, obliterates all sin, fills us with his light. It's all gone. Not that we won't make mistakes again in the future, but having the Ruach in us is like a compass pointing true north, keeps us compelled to stay on the path. The narrow path that leads to those narrow gates to that kingdom to come, to the reign. And when you think about it, when you have that perspective, when that's what you see, not the minutia and the issues of this illusion, this hallucination, this mirage. No. When you see the zeros and the ones behind it, when you see the beautiful, wondrous, glorified reign that's ahead of you, you forget about all this nonsense. It means nothing. It sets you straight. It sets you right. Oh, man. And because you walk with him, not only has he overcome this world, you have overcome this world and all of its issues and challenges and annoyances and frustrations and anxieties and all of its hopelessness and all of its wear and tear and all of its lack of meaning and lack of purpose and all the clawing and scratching and cannibalizing and conquering and wondering, what does it all mean? What is your meaning? What is your purpose? When will it ever be enough? Why do you always want more and more and more and more and more? Why are we not thankful? Why are we not grateful? All of it disappears. All of it dissipates. And even stronger. Listen, right now I'm pumped up. I'm energized. But man, I'm under the weather. Man, I got hit. But I got out there, not because I had to, because I needed to, I want to. I did those kettlebell squats. The wind's out there, it's like a hurricane winds out there. But I did it out there, breathing in that fresh air, connecting with Yahuwah, Yahusha, seeing him, having that connection, receiving the transmission, being able to commune with him, doing a little spiritual nourishment, reading from the good news, pondering, contemplating, so that I can come to you with a free heart, a purged spirit, a soul that is unburdened. All of the wayward thoughts, all of the negative frequencies, all of the ill concepts, all of it gone. And now, in making that connection and having that moment, getting into flow state, training the temple to keep it strong, but to keep the mind sharp and the spirit sharper, more empowered, more glorious, in strengthening the temple and revering Yahuwah for what he gave us. I'm in here with you now in this message, and I'm pumped up. I'm motivated. I'm psyched. You looked at me an hour ago. I'm dragging ass. Oh, man. I'm hurting. A little bit under the weather. Got something going around. People catching it. I'm no different. I'm only human. I'll tell you what, haven't gotten sick in a year and a half about. But got hit with a little something. It ain't going to stop me. Not going to get in my way. I'm out here doing what's got to be done, making that connection and coming to you again, filled with energy, filled with love, filled with his healing spirit. Because in Yahuwah Yahushua, all things are possible. And all these, as I said, all these nagging issues, all of these cracks and creaks in the armor, all the spider webs, all the minutia, all the minor frustrations of life, they instantly evaporate when you get into the perspective that Yahuwah Yahusha has given us. As he said, be at peace. There's tribulation in this world, but be at peace. There's pressure in this world, but be at peace. There's stress in this world, but be at peace. For he has overcome this world. And in receiving the word, we have overcome this world.